A short story by Paul McCann, The Tunes of Toloc. One bright sunny morning beside Toloc forest, the cows that stood in the glade chewed and mooed away until Weira, the chieftain's son, scattered them in a furious gallop as he stuck to his morning ride along the mountain path. A wise lad was Weira for his age, and commanded respect from the warriors of Toloc. On the way up the steep mountain path, Weira's horse stopped suddenly and threw him off. Slowly Weira got to his feet and brushed the dirt from his cloak. He made his way to the horse and stroked the old grey mare. The horse seemed agitated and troubled. As Weira tried to get up onto the horse, it bolted. You'll never catch her now," said a high-pitched voice. "Who said that?" said Weira. "'Tis but the wee ones from the grassy slope, and who would you be?" said the little man who appeared at the feet of Weira, who jumped back in quite a hurry. Wiping his forehead and blinking his eyes several times, he said, "Must have taken a bad fall." Weira took off his hat and walked over to the mountain stream. Standing upon a large stepping stone there, he filled his hat with cold water and threw it over his head. Washing his face and neck, he returned to the grassy slope by the stream and lay down. "All I ask is that you don't take my trout from the stream." Weira sat up, and standing there beside him was another little man, wearing a gold tunic with a green belt, and his shoes shone like the sun, and on his head he wore a tall pointed hat. His long red beard almost touched his feet. "Who are you?" said Weira. "I'm the wee one off the crystal stream, and who might you be?" Suddenly another little man came along and joined in the conversation. He does talk, you know." Sure I know that." And he pointed around and he said, "I ask you a question now," said the wee one on the grassy slope. A trout jumped out from the stream and landed beside the wee one, and it began to sing enchanted melodies. The wee one joined in the song, and the old grey mare trotted back to Weira's side. "Am I dreaming?" said Weira. "Oh, I'd say surely not," came the reply from the old grey mare. "We're not going to ask you again, so tell us, who are you?" one of the little men said. "Well, I'm Weira, son of the chieftain of Toloc," came the reply. Suddenly Weira began to dance and sing like never before. "Be gifted, Weira, be gifted now," said the little man, and the trout in the stream began to lap in and out of the water. As the wee ones played, they leapt high into the air and back into the stream to swim, and the silver trout around and around were dancing. As they played music on the fiddles, the wee ones, they drank and laughed for some time, as Weira uncontrollably danced away. "Take this change with you when you go," said one of the little men. Suddenly there was a silence, and the wee ones disappeared, and lying on the ground was a fiddle. Never before had Weira played an instrument, but as if called to do so, he picked the fiddle up and began to play lively tunes one after the other. And when he had finished playing, the grey mare came and brushed herself up beside him. Weira got up upon the horse, and still clutching to the fiddle with one hand on the reins, he rode back down the mountain path towards the glade. As the rocks went past one by one, he was soon at the foot of the mountain, and when Weir returned to Toloc, he told of the clan of a wonderful experience upon the mountain. But they all began to laugh and make fun of him, saying that he had too much to drink and was drunk on the mountain. But when he began to play the fiddle, they soon changed their tune. Everyone who heard the tunes couldn't help themselves, and they started to dance and to sing. And to this very day, the same tunes are played by different musicians all over the land, and with the same effect they have on everyone who hears them. They cannot control their feet as they dance and they sing away. The end.